Peace and blessings, everybody. Anjanae here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's class, I actually have something fun for you guys. It is a two-part sequence, meaning it's the full sequence, a full class split in two videos. Today's video will feature the warm-up portion and all seated postures for the most part. And then if you guys would like to advance on to the remainder of the class, that will be the second video that features the standing sequence, the shavasana, and all that good, great stuff. I have some announcements. I have officially started my virtual wellness collective. It's called the Peace Corner. I'm kind of excited because this is something that is, of course, a baby of mine. It is a completely free wellness collective. There's no donation-based anything as of yet. It is completely free. It's just really a nice space to find your own community and feel connected with people from all walks of life. And if you are a yogi yourself or any type of healer, then this is definitely the platform and the collective for you, because I want all of us to share our gifts. And to be honest, coming from the entrepreneurial side, it's always nice to have connections and extensions in different states, especially if you plan on taking your vibe virtual. It's always nice to have, you know, deep-rooted foundations and connections with everybody in this world. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. You know where the links are and everything for that. So before we dive right into the sequence, this is actually going to be my first class where I'm attempting to do a voiceover. As you guys know, your girl has been having the most technical difficulties when it comes to my mic, my camera, just the whole nine. So today's class will actually have a voiceover. So with that being said, grab whatever you guys may need to make yourself comfortable, whether props or smudges. We'll meet right back here on the mat, and let's dive right in. As always, guys, thanks for joining me on my channel for this two-part Vinyasa Sequence series. For today's class, to cleanse the vibe, as always, I have Palo Santo. It's literally my favorite smudge. Some for me and a little bit left for you. Grab whatever you guys need and we will meet in Sukhasana in a seated position. Starting class today with the backs of your hands on tops of your knees and just taking a couple of cleansing breaths to yourself, inhaling and exhaling, synchronizing your breath, and calming down your central nervous system. Breathing and exhaling. Good job. Inhaling as we extend our hands up towards the ceiling, bringing your hands to touch, and exhale, hands into heart. Take your right hand out to the side of your right thigh, inhaling as you take that left arm up and over, side body stretch. Exhale it out. Inhale, bringing both hands back up to center, and exhale on the opposite side. We're creating a little bit of fluid movement here, so we're going to inhale back up to center, exhaling everything over to the right side. Big breath brings us right back to midline, and exhale it out, leaning to the left. Good job. Coming back up to midline, big breath in, exhale over to the right. Last one, big inhale back to midline and exhale to the left. Extending that right arm forward, we're going to inhale, bringing your left wrist to meet your right, roll those shoulders back and down, and exhale using your fingertips to walk in front of you, coming into a forward fold. Options to cross at the elbows, if that feels good, and just let your body be heavy however it wants to. Taking a really big inhale and exhale it out. Returning back to a normal breath. Using your fingertips to walk your body back upright, we're going to meet in a tabletop position. Making sure that your knees are underneath your hips and your wrists are underneath your shoulders, rolling those shoulders back and down your spine. We're moving right into a child's pose position, bringing your big toes to touch. Just sink those hips back, allowing your arms to extend directly in front of you and surrender to your practice. Breathing in and exhale it out. Just allowing yourself to create space here, melting your body all the way onto your mat. Last breath here, inhale and exhale it out. Use your body to pull yourself upright as we meet into a tabletop position. Making sure that we close down those knees, placing them right underneath our hips once more. Roll those shoulders back and down your spine. Shift your third eye towards the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, scooping everything down, coming into a cat. Remembering to go at whatever posture or pace feels good for your body, but just always keeping in mind to move slowly and intentionally, synchronizing our breath with each pose. Big inhale and exhale to scoop it all away. Returning back to a neutral tabletop, we're going to take our hands, walking them to the corner edge of the top of the mat, sinking your heart down, coming into Anahastasana or puppy dog pose. Making sure that your tailbone is facing the back of the room, hips are still elevated. Option to leave your feet flexed or toes pointed. Taking a breath in and exhaling it out. Taking your last breath here, we're going to start to roll all the way onto our belly, extending our knees and our legs to the back of the mat. Rolling those shoulders down and coming up onto your forearms, coming into a cobra. Big inhale. On the exhale, tucking your toes to where they're pointed on your mat, sending your hips back to your heels, coming into a child's pose. Taking your last breath here, big inhale, and exhale it out. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time, closing down our knees to have a seat on our heels, coming into a modification of hero pose. And I'm going to move to the middle of the mat so that I'm perfectly in the frame. Option for you guys to modify with a blanket, placing it underneath your knees because we'll be here for a while. Inhaling as we extend our arms back up towards center. And on the exhale, we're twisting here with our right arm forward, left arm behind. Big inhale squares our hips back forward. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm behind. Another big breath in, square those hips. Exhale, twisting in the opposite direction. Keeping it going here, synchronizing our breath with movement. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist. Another breath in, squares us forward. And exhale, twist. Coming up onto our knees, shifting your pelvis forward. Inhale. As you cartwheel that left arm back, reaching for that left heel, exhaling that right arm up and over. Option to just take your left hand, placing it on your glute. You don't have to all the way reach for your left leg or calf or ankle, wherever's accessible for you. Our next breath sinks our hips back down, extending that right arm forward, left arm behind. Grounding that right arm onto the mat, inhale, extending that left arm up. And on the exhale, we're going to thread that left arm underneath your right armpit, but hover. Inhale, left arm up. Maybe you open up that wing. And exhale, threading it underneath your right armpit and hover. One more big inhale, open up that wing. And exhale, thread it under and land, coming into thread the needle. Extending that right arm up and over or taking a bind, whatever your practice calls for. Big breath in. And exhale it out. Bending in your right elbow to frame your face, we're going to inhale, extending this left arm directly in front of you, extending it out. Sending your right leg to the back of the room. Perfect. Pointing it on your mat. And we're slowly going to start to elevate that right leg up, coming into a balancing table. Crunching it in, bringing your knee to your nose, and exhale to extend. Inhale, crunch it in. Exhale, extend. Big crunch in. And exhale to extend. Listening for the change, we're going to bring one more crunch in. Exhale, take it back. And we're going to kick out this left leg out to the side, peeling our right arm open, coming into a modified side plank here. As we peel open, our right leg is extended to the outer edge of the mat. Closing down this right arm and kicking this left leg back in, thread this right foot in between your hands, coming into an Anjaneyasana. Find an inhale as you extend your arms up towards the ceiling, sinking your hips forward. Don't mind me always adjusting myself. Really sinking those hips forward. Inhale. And exhale, untucking that left leg, coming back into a down dog. Literally, as I find dog here on my mat, but we're still pedaling out these heels. And rolling forward, coming onto our knees and meeting in a tabletop position. Coming up for a cow, take a breath in. And exhale it out, rounding your spine, tucking in those glutes, coming into cat. One more breath in, coming into cow. Just synchronizing your breath with each movement, going at whatever pace feels good to your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Scooping and rounding. Last posture here, really scooping those glutes and arch your spine. Big breath in. And exhale, scoop it all away. Walking our hands forward, melting down our heart, returning back into this Anahastasana, sending your tailbone to the back of the room. Big breath in. And outer mouth exhale. Bending at the elbows to roll forward completely onto our belly, returning back to our cobra pose. Taking a breath and exhaling it out. Untucking those toes to send your hips to the back of the room, coming into our child's pose position. Last breath here. Slowly starting to bend in your elbows whenever you're ready, meeting on top of our knees, meeting in Virasana or hero pose. Taking a breath in, extending our arms up towards the ceiling, and exhaling it out, twisting towards the right. Left arm forward, right arm behind. Inhale, square those hips back towards midline. And exhale, twisting towards the left. Inhale, back towards center. Exhale, twisting towards the right. One more big breath in, squares our hips forward. And exhale, twisting towards the left. And inhale back towards midline. Exhale, twisting towards the right. Shifting those hips forward, cartwheel that right arm back on top of that right heel or calf, pants, leg, or glute. Extending that left arm up and over. Exhale it out. Cartwheeling this left arm down onto the mat, leaving this right arm extended, coming into our thread the needle with a hover. Big breath in. Exhale and thread. Inhale to extend. Exhale and thread. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, thread, landing that right shoulder blade onto the mat. Left arm can go up and over, or you can take a bind. Taking a couple of breaths here. Really sinking into the body, leaving your tailbone towards the back of the room. Bending in that left arm to peel that right arm up, extending it in front of you. Left leg extends to the back of the mat. Slowly elevating that left leg, we're going to inhale, coming into a crunch. And exhale, extend for our balancing table. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it all in. And exhale, send it all away. One more, crunch in, big breath. And exhale, extend. Kick that right leg out to the side of you. Inhale, peeling that left arm open. Ground your left heel onto the mat, coming into a side plank. Modified, of course. Find your breath as you ground that left arm, threading your left leg in between your hands. Shoot them up into Anjaneyasana. Coming up off of that right knee just a little bit to where your hips are in alignment. Take your right hand to the back of your body, extending that left arm up and over. Shift your gaze to the floor. Big breath, sink them back forward for Anjaneyasana. And exhale our hands to heart, meeting back in our downward facing dog. Pedaling out those heels, and whenever you're ready, rolling back onto our knees, meeting in a tabletop position. Option to do a little bit of a cat-cow here, just further lubricating our spine before we make it to the end of our sequence. Crossing at the ankles to send our hips to the back of the room, popping out our legs in front of us, coming into a forward fold stance. Big breath, extending our arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twisting your right arm on the outside of this left leg and left arm behind. Being sure to point out your heels to where your toes are facing your body. Inhale, squaring our hips back forward. And exhale, left hand twists on the outside of your right foot, right arm behind. Just so y'all know, that is a mouthful, okay? Inhale our hands back up towards midline. And on your exhale, forward fold, letting your body be heavy, grabbing on to whatever is accessible. We have finally made it to the end of today's Part 1 Vinyasa Sequence. Taking a breath in and exhale it out. Using your fingertips to walk your body back upright, we'll meet right back in the middle of our mat in Sukhasana so we can close out today's practice. As always, y'all, I'm fixing my hair, trying to look good for y'all, you know? I always got to be looking crazy. I be trying to look good. My hair don't want to be agreeing with me. Thank you guys for following alongside me and joining me for this voiceover era. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really appreciate your feedback. Until next time, guys, peace.